It's Football Friday night in Arkansas. I'm Chip Souza, joined by Rick Fires, and this is Prep Rally Live on tape. So we're here to bring you
Prep Rally on tape?
Prep Rally on tape.
So we're
Did that match? Do they make larger sizes? Do they make like adult sizes in there?
Yeah, this is like XXX right here.
Okay.
Look at me. I got a big round face like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, there you go. So we're here to bring you the Prep Rally Game of the Week. This is the West Termite and Pest Control Game of the Week, and we're going to preview, Ricky, Springdale High at Farmington tonight at Cardinal Stadium.
Springdale against Farmington. Why is that? What's interesting about that game?
Well, so Springdale coming off a big win at home against Choctaw, Oklahoma. And Rick, we talked about that a little bit last week, how Choctaw had all these big old division.
Yeah, you wrote that.
I wrote that. Springdale didn't read it. They didn't even read it.
No.
They didn't read it.
They didn't care.
They couldn't have read it, Rick, because they mistreated Choctaw. They did. And there's no other way to explain it, but they mistreated them.
They took their 5-star athletes that you said were 5-star,
that I said,
and they just bushwhacked them.
I would say they wiped the field with them.
They absolutely did.
Big, highly touted receiver for Choctaw, been already committed to TCU. Rick, he didn't even make it to halftime.
So the bottom line, don't read your preview story.
Here's the thing. If Brent Hobbs is your defensive coordinator, and he says there's a receiver that he needs to, we need to send him a message, what do you think they sent him? A message.
They sent him a big time.
And it wasn't in no bottle.
And it was like, boom.
Yeah, they did. They took him out. So Springdale 46, Choctaw 18.
Yep.
So much for those Power 5 recruits.
Yep.
I'm not saying they're not good, but I'm just saying Springdale, they took care of business.
Business?
They took care of business.
Now will they be able to do the same thing against Farmington?
Well, so here we go. So Farmington, this is going to be their second opponent that's in the 7A West. They've already played Rogers
and they're
Heritage.
A 5A school.
And they're a 5A school.
Yeah.
They've already played Rogers Heritage and beat them. So they're taking on the 7A West again tonight over at beautiful Cardinal Stadium. Beautiful. Man, I'm telling you. But this just in, Rick, Springdale's not Rogers Heritage.
That's right.
They're not.
And I'm going to answer my own question. What's interesting about this game, Zach Clark, who is the Springdale head coach, played at Fayetteville High School for ding ding,
Mike Adams.
There we go.
The Farmington coach.
Yes.
Now, so got a little reunion there.
Yep.
They might shake hands. They can't do a bro hug anymore because that's forbidden under social distancing.
But whatever.
I don't think they can even shake hands. They can elbow bump or something, just wave at each other, whatever they can do. But anyway, when the game starts, whatever relationship or friendship that those two coaches have with each other goes out the window for the next 48-ish minutes, and then when the game ends, and they can be friends again.
Now, I talked to Zach about this, and I said, man, you guys been friends. Zach calls Mike his mentor, and I said, well, why'd you guys decide to play after all these years? He said, man, other schools dropped them. They were late. They're scrambling for games, and they talked and said, man, you want to play? Yeah, let's play. And I wrote this down. As you can see, I take notes right there. See? Yeah, right there.
I didn't know you were a doctor.
Yeah, hey, I know that's pretty bad handwriting. But Mike was a mentor to him. Zach said when he was in junior high, he wasn't very good. He just played because everybody else played. But he said Mike took him under his wing.
He's a late bloomer.
Yeah, and he's kind of like you.
Yeah,
about
waiting.
40 years late.
Yeah, still waiting to bloom.
But he said, he believed in his skills. He developed them, and Zach became an all-state quarterback.
Yes, he did.
And now he's a coach, so he gives him a lot of credit. And that's the interesting thing about it. I'm glad that these two guys are getting together. Like you said, they go at each other hard, and then they'll shake, wave, whatever you do now.
They'll text each other.
Text each other now.
There you go.
Good game.
So Springdale coming off a big win. Now, Rick, something that Springdale did in this game is they took Andre Sparks. He's a defensive lineman, really good, and put him at running back.
Big old boy.
Yes, sir. And they put him at running back against Choctaw. He's a hammer. Rick, he was a hammer. I mean, he had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. He gave them Springdale type yards, the tough blue collar type yards.
Springdale Bulldogs. That's what they used to be under
Gerald
Williams.
There you go. He would have liked that.
Gerald Williams would have liked that.
He would have liked that.
And a Chicago Bears fan, I like it too, because William, the Refrigerator Perry, used to be one of my favorites for the Bears.
Right. So good win for Springdale. Now Rick, Farmington coming off of they're no other way. Farmington got dominated by Prairie.
Now they opened up with a nice victory over Rogers Heritage, 7A school.
And speaking of, Speaking of Heritage, let's congratulate Coach Steve Hookfin and Rogers Heritage. They ended.
Oh, they won. Yeah,
Rick, both of these hands and 25 in a row. It almost took 25 losses in a row.
Rogers Heritage lost 25 in a row?
25 in a row until Friday night. They they got off the schneid, is what they'd say, or they ended the streak or whatever. So they starting a new streak. They starting a win streak now.
I don't know what snide means, but I know from Hee-Haw, Cornfield County, salute.
It sounds French to me, but maybe that's just salute. But anyway, congratulations, Heritage. But anyway, back to Farmington. They got dominated the second half. They had a 7-6 lead going into the fourth quarter. Farmington did, and then Prairie Grove scored twice in that game. But Rick, what was significant about that game for Prairie Grove?
Danny Absher, Mr. 200 in county, he got his 200th career win.
Yes, he did.
All at Prairie Grove. If you hadn't seen Prairie Grove play, man, they're old school country style football. They run that wing tee. I think you mentioned earlier that they get off the tractor, they go play football, they get back on the tractor, get up next morning, eat some biscuits and gravy, and get back at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love that kind of football.
Yes, so congratulations, Danny Absher, for Mr. 200. Guys, 200 wins.
County.
Good there, and counting. So, Springdale at Farmington will be a great game, but Rick, that's not the only game on the agenda for Friday night. But who do you have in that game before we move to the next one?
Between Springdale and Farmington. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs.
Going with the Red Dogs in that one. Going with the Red Dogs.
Yep.
So let's move over to the River Valley, where Greenwood was supposed to have hosted Fort Smith Northside tonight, but the COVID-19 virus got Northside this week, Rick.
Who are they playing?
So now what happened, Northside had some issues with COVID-19. They were not able to play. They weren't even able to practice this week. So they were not able to play. So what happened is Greenwood got on the phone with Springdale Harbor. They got it all drawn out, kind of like you do on your yellow legal pad there. Got it all drawn out. And now Harbor is going to be going down to the Wood and playing Greenwood. So Harbor, so far this year, has played Jinx.
Instead of, who was they supposed to play?
Well, instead of playing a team out of Texas, McKinney. Then they jumped over and hosted North Little Rock. Now they get Greenwood. Has anybody played a tougher non-conference schedule than Harbor?
You know what? And we always say, hey, they ain't scared.
They ain't scared.
They ain't scared. They're looking for a game. You know, we kind of anticipated this with COVID-19. I think I mentioned earlier, it's like drawing it up and say, hey, they dropped this, you want to play? Yeah, let's play this night.
Yep.
So it's going to happen. It's unfortunate. You hate it for Northside.
Absolutely.
But Harbor got on the phone. I'm glad they worked that out.
Worked out.
And that's a great game.
Well, that's great for Harbor, and it's great for Greenwood. Greenwood filled that open spot. Harbor, what Harbor did, Rick, is they kind of, this is kind of a preemptive thing for them because Harbor was supposed to play Northside next week, but we don't know if that game could even be played because Northside will have now gone, with no practice this week or whatever. So Harbor, sensing that they might not get a game next week, they jumped in and got this game scheduled with Greenwood. But what that's done is it's left Northside without a game next week. Now I talked to Coach Mike Fallure, and he's trying to find a game for that week, but that's going to be very, very difficult. So it looks like Northside might open up 7A Central play, Rick, having only played one game and one scrimmage, but it's a simple, it's a cupcake for them, the opener. I mean, their conference opener's a cupcake. It's Bryant.
Bryant? Oh, you mean the two-time defending
University of Bryant? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like 13-0.
That's them.
And they sent about 4 guys to D1.
That's them.
And the quarterback is coming up here to play baseball at Arkansas.
That's
He's
them.
Still there.
Still them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
So, but you know what? Get that game over with, and let's move on. Northside wants to play. They don't care if it's Arkansas or UCA or Bryant. By the way, Bryant might beat either one of those two teams anyway. Right?
Absolutely.
But anyway, Northside, they don't care. They want to play, and so it'd be nice if they could find an opponent for next week, but that looks a little dicey. So it could be that the Bryant game might be their next game on their schedule.
And you know what? And it's safety first. You feel sorry for Northside, like you said, the kids. They want to play. They don't get. You don't redshirt high school seniors.
You don't get a mulligan.
You don't get a mulligan, and man, that's a tough. But we kind of anticipate 2020. Northside may play 6-7 games. Somebody else may play 12.
It could be.
But that's just the way it is.
It's going to be strange. So, Rick,
week to week.
Harbor coming off a loss to North Little Rock. Greenwood, they absolutely laid the wood to Fort Smith Southside last week. So, Rick, got Harbor going down to Greenwood. Who you see in that one?
Springdale Harbor.
Springdale Harbor going down to Greenwood. Greenwood's been beating up on these 7A teams for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Maybe Harbor can get a little revenge for all the whippings that Greenwood has administered to Southside and Northside and those folks. Maybe Harbor can.
I like Harbor how they played against the Oklahoma school. Who they played? Jinx. There was closer than scored. They made a lot of errors in that game. Harbor, they're going to be in the thick of the race in 7A.
I like the way they're running that football too, Rick.
They're running the football.
They're pounding the rock.
Yep.
They are.
But I think Springdale Harbor's going to get them.
There you go. So got those two in the books, and then Rick, another one we're going to take a look at here, or that we were going to mention again. We did mention a little bit a while ago. Rogers Heritage. Congratulations, Coach Steve Hookfin. Not only was it his first win at Rogers Heritage, but it was his 100th. 100th career win for him.
Oh, where's he at before he came here?
He wasn't at Heritage. So he got his first win at Heritage and his 100th and counting. So just like Danny Absher hit a milestone last week and counting, we got Steve Hookfin doing the same thing over there. And also Rogers High, congratulations to them. They got a big win. Now, Rick, Bentonville, a team we talked about last week. You picked them. I believe you picked them to win this game.
Absolutely, I picked them.
They went down to Central Arkansas, and they took care of business. They took care of business. They did. They went down there and beat up on Conway.
Yeah.
Bentonville West was at home. Now, Brian Pratt, I tell you what, talking about a coach that ain't scared. He ain't scared to play anybody. No.
They turn around and they play Central Arkansas, Arkansas State, whoever.
It don't matter. So they opened up the season against Broken Arrow, took it on the chin a little bit in the game. Our Henry Apple's over there. It's a game. Bentonville West in this game in the fourth quarter. They're down by about a touchdown and driving. And
my brother lives in Michigan, and the first thing he said, man, I was impressed with Bentonville West. They had some opportunities. Broken Arrow, man, they had that one standout athlete. Yep. There's kind of the difference, Henry. But no, Bentonville West, they showed up well for Arkansas.
Well, they did. So, coaches will tell you the biggest improvements from week 1 to week 2. Well, Bentonville West lost that game on the road to open the season. Well, unfortunately for Muskogee, Oklahoma, they were the next opponent to come in to face West. Rick, 42-0.
Well, you know what?
41-0, 42, whatever it was, 40-something to nothing. So I would say Bentonville West, and Dalton McDonald, the quarterback. He's been the quarterback there, Rick, I think, since they opened the school, and however many years that is. I think he's been the quarterback that long.
Is he like a 3-time All-State
He's had a medical red shirt, got another red shirt, grandfathered in, got a mulligan. Seems like he's been there forever, but if you remember, he's the one who came in as a sophomore and got a lot of playing time.
When the senior broke his leg or
got a knee injury or something, and played a lot. So he's got a lot of starts. He's played well back-to-back games for them. So good for Dalton McDonald. So Bentonville West, a big win. Bentonville, a big win. So we're getting close here to conference play start. Rick, we got this week and next week, and then conference play will start. Can't wait to get to that. We keep hoping that that these speed bumps are going to be little. I don't think, Rick, nobody who really thinks this north side thing it's probably not going to be an isolated thing.
No.
This is probably going to may hit several schools before this is all said and done. You hope it doesn't, but it might. And if it does, you got to be like I was in the boxing ring. You just got to take those shots and keep fighting.
That's what we're hoping. I mean, it's week to week. We don't know if we're going to be playing in 3 weeks or so, but every game is precious for these kids, especially these seniors, and that's why we like to go out there and cover them on Friday and bring you all the information we can for high school athletics.
When you go to a game on Friday night, or if you go to the store, or if you go get gas, or if you go to the post office, or wherever you go, this is what you need to, don't look like that, but you need to look like this guy right here. He's going to demonstrate for you. It's not difficult. If he can do this, anybody can do this. Let him get himself dolled up.
All right.
I promise you it's going to make him look a lot better. This is sort of what you look like. That's really what you look like. Now, if this guy can put a mask on, surely you can do that. He didn't even need instructions. He was able to do it by himself this time. Usually I can do it for him. But he did it by himself this time. This is how you need to look, okay? We don't care where you go. If you're going to see one person or 100, look like this.
And we don't need any of that about your political views or
don't need it.
My freedom or none of that.
Don't need it. Don't care. Don't care, Rick. Don't care. Don't care. Who's it about, Rick?
It's about these kids.
About these kids. What kids, Rick?
The high school kids.
All kids.
All of them.
All kids. So mask up. Do it for them. Do it for the cheerleaders, for the band, for the football, for the coaches. Anybody who's a kid, do it for them because, like Rick said, they don't get a do-over. They don't get a mulligan. They don't get an extra year of eligibility added to their career, whatever, if they miss a game, that game's gone forever. It's not coming back. So just do it for the kids. We don't want to hear about it. Just do it for them. That's all I got, Rick. What else you got?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
So that's it for this edition of Prep Rally Live on tape. I got popcorn I hear popping back there in the back over here at Cardinal Stadium. I'm just going to get my seat in the press box. Ricky's going to jump in the car, and he's driving to the Badlands of somewhere. Where are you going?
I'm going to Prairie Grove.
Going to Prairie Grove. It's going to be down the road a little bit in Prairie Grove. So he's going to go over there. You going to get you a Fredericksburger before the game?
Three
Fredericksburg.
Double decker.
There you go, double decker. So good luck to all teams tonight. Go get them, and we'll catch you next time on Prep Rally Live on tape.